How's it going, everybody? Doing a gum chewing garage sale pickups vid here today. I got 3 games, nothing crazy. I'm gonna do a bit of a ramble as well with it. I want to real quickly say thanks to I don't know if I'm gonna say this right, Jayberg or Jyberg for the Steam gift for Submerged. I think that's the name of the game. I had it on my wish list, and so I got a notification that it was gifted to me, so thank you for that. And also thank you to, I don't know, I'm going to say your name right. I'm looking at it here. Ishatan for the super thanks in the comments. You've given other ones before, so thank you for all of them. And thank you everybody who has given super thanks. I do appreciate it. But yeah. Garage sale pickups, and I'm going to do a little ramble. I guess I had mentioned rambling in a garage sale pickup or in a video, because someone had commented I haven't responded to yet that seeing a ramble on garage sales. Now I would think that means, because I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. If it's just garage sale pickups, then I'm doing that now as well, but I will ramble on garage sales because I kind of want to. Anyway, the first 2 games I got on Friday, and I mentioned these in a video. I didn't mention what I got, but I mentioned I got 2 games. The prices were terrible. I went out walking on Friday. I was off. I'm like, maybe I'll find some garage sales. I see some signs for one. I'm like, okay, cool. I go. I see some PS2 games and Xbox One games. I'm looking at the Xbox games. I'm like, where are the prices? And I see like $5-10 on the Xbox One games, and I was like, Wolfenstein 2, Destiny, cheaper things. I'm like, okay, I don't want those. And the PS2 games, once again, the prices were just between 5 and 15. And Tetris Worlds was there. I think a Guitar Hero, Bully. The 2 games I got, and there's a couple other ones. I can't remember, Luminous or something like that. But I got NBA Street and Harvest Moon Save the Homeland. You can tell there the artwork on the top of both of those is a bit damaged, but they are complete. There's that sound. They are both complete. I've not tested them yet. The discs have scratches, but they're not terrible. Now these would have been, these each were 10 each, and I was like, ugh. I'm gonna bring it over to the girl and see what the hell, she says. So I ended up getting 2 for 15 instead of 20. Maybe should have tried for 10, but I don't think that was going to happen. I just noticed that I might have to swap out a case with this one. I don't know. Whatever. Now I know this has more than $7.50 in value. I didn't know enough about this. And honestly, this one's you can sell for like between 15 and 20 bucks. This one is more like 12 to 15. After fees and everything on eBay, they're not going to do much of anything. I might end up keeping both of them, honestly. I have played some of the street games, and they are fun. And I have no problem having a Harvest Moon game, so I might just end up keeping them. I don't know. Well, like I said, I shouldn't even have just bought. I should honestly not bought them. Like if these were, like I said in the other, I think I said in the other, this was like Rule of Rose and Haunting Ground, I would have given them $10 each. I wouldn't have cared. Obviously, it's going to depend on what the value is of the game. If these reach $30, that's still a high price. But I'll go into the ramble of garage sales in a minute. And once again, I'll get into it. I don't want to sound like I'm, because I'm getting these for my collection. It's still better than the prices you're going to find on eBay and obviously retro game stores. But if they were like $3 a piece, I would have grabbed a few more. But I didn't want to spend all my money on some games. And then Saturday morning we had to go out to a birthday party, and then we went out east to her aunt and uncle's and stayed overnight, and I talked about that. We did some clamming and stuff. But I got out quick and got to 2 garage sales before we had to leave. I rushed out to some on my bike, got home, showered, we left. I only got one game and it was $1. There were other games there I maybe should have grabbed more, and I will once again ramble about this after I'm done showing this. Even though most of the other games are just disc only, so, and a lot of them didn't have much value, but this game sells for like $12, $13 or something. Am I just noticing now though? Okay. But it's Aliens, Colonial Marines. I've never played this. I do remember when it came out. It has two, which is kind of weird. I don't know why. And it's not like one is in English, one's in Spanish or whatever. They're both literally the same manual. I don't think I looked at this disc. I've never played this. This is made by the same people apparently who do Borderlands. Gearbox. Piece of hair. I was like, that's a bad scratch, but it was a piece of hair. It's not bad. It's got a little more, whatever. I don't know if this is backwards compatible, so. Once again, $1. You can't go wrong. That's why I should have grabbed a few more, but they had a couple of Call of Duties, like Modern Warfare, the first one. Black Site Area 51, which was, they, like I said, all of them were disc only except one other game. It's like Supreme Commander disc only. I'm like, I'm going to look that up. I was leaving, and I was like, let me just look this up real quick. I don't do that when I'm there. Like, I think that's rude. I understand why people would do, but I'm not going to be like, you know. I don't know. That's just me, though, but everybody's different with the garage sales. But it's worth like this. It was like $5 disc only, so I was like, no point. A lot of those games would sell probably between like $6, $7, $8, $9, and against $1, it seems great. But if they were like complete, it'd be a different story. But say I sold the game for $6.99, like the Supreme Commander, I just happened to sell a disc only for $6.99. I'm paying it, the $1 I paid for it, the fees, which would probably be around $1, maybe a little more, plus shipping it for like $3 and change at least. I don't feel like making $1. Although that's what I'm going to make off those other two, so that's why, and once again, I will get into that, but I've never played this. Anyone's played this, let me know how it is. Maybe I'll give it a go if it's backwards compatible. I don't know if it is. But yeah, it was nice to see games, even with the ones that were higher priced. It was nice to get some G sales and see some games. I'm hoping that turns into a thing and more pop up. Yeah, 2 PS2 games here: Harvest Moon, Save the Homeland, NBA Street, and Aliens Colonial Marines for the Xbox 360. I might just end up keeping those, honestly. I don't know. Definitely the Harvest Moon game, probably. But anyway, now I'm going to just ramble about garage sales a little bit. Like I was saying, the garage sale season's at least an Islip week. Now, the two I went to on Friday and Saturday, I actually went to the one on Friday. I hit. There's two on Saturday I went to. Still not a lot. Now, I didn't have enough time to ride around to find more. None of these were posted on Craigslist. Apparently, you can look on Facebook as well. Maybe I'll go back on my Facebook that I don't use and see if I can join any groups there, find more. But these were all on street signs, so for some reason last summer, you find, every town you're going to find them on street signs as well, but there's more on Craigslist. There's like nothing on Craigslist for Islip. But then you go ride around, you find a few. Like we went out to the birthday party, there was signs all over these towns. I'm like, oh my God, they're all over the place, but we didn't have time to stop at them. And even when we went out to the mini golf, like Oakdale had them, Sayville was, had some. That's disappointing. I don't know why. Even just riding around or driving around Islip, I'm not seeing a bunch, even with just signs on poles. I don't know why. And it sucks. Like I said, I get to the one where I find these guys, and I get there. And some people walking around, has trucks and other stuff. Older people are there. I'm like, video games. Okay, I'm gonna have a shot here. And then the prices are too high. Now those prices are extremely high because I've said this, I've admitted this. I'm not a great negotiator. I can do it. Obviously, I did it with these. I've done it before, but I'm not, and I don't think the person would have. If I was like, I'll give you $5 for the two, I don't think it was happening. Now maybe I could have just completely lowballed and then they come back with 10. I don't know. Maybe they'll shave some money off, but those prices are so high to where you try to negotiate 2 for $5, it's not going to happen. Now I'm going to assume it was more than one person. There was one girl, 2 older people, that they were looking on eBay for all this stuff and looking at the prices and then going a little bit lower than what eBay would be, right? Because this is like I said, you can maybe squeeze 20 out of it, 15, 16, 17. $10, they're going a little lower. Now, it seems like you're getting a deal, because even if you're trying to find these for your collection, you're still dropping some money, which you don't want to do at garage sales. That's why for me, and I've gotten games for under $1, but I look at it $1 to $3, or like 1 is great. That's when you're just like, okay, here we go. 2 is like the sweet spot, and I know it's more than 1, but 2, you're like, okay, cool. Even 3, once you get past 3, you're like, of course, depends on the game. If it's a game you know has $50 worth of value, the 4 doesn't matter, at least to me. You know, if this was a $50 game, these were $50 each, I probably would have just given the 10. I would have still probably tried to get some off. But now some people might still try to haggle. I wouldn't do that personally because I know the game has value. If I make $5 less, so be it. Because I know now the game's worth $50. I'm going to give this person what they want, at least close enough to it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how much stuff's worth. Like I said, these people might have looked stuff on eBay. It's easy enough to do. Even if you're just curious about it. But here's the thing. It's kind of a partial eBay ramble as well. I don't kind of, people use eBay as like the benchmark, right, or whatever. You find out how much stuff's worth. The thing people don't understand is, like, if they go, it sells for 20 on eBay, I'm going to sell it for 20 myself at a garage sale. They're not taking into account that if you sell something for $20 on eBay, or if they were going to sell that on $20, they ain't getting $20 for it. All right, they're not getting anywhere close to it. Say it's something that costs $4 to ship. You're paying $4 to ship it. You didn't, at this point, you're just getting rid of it, so you're not counting what you paid for it. You're not reselling it. You are reselling it, but it's not something you bought specifically to resell. You've had it for years. So you're losing $20, you're losing probably another $250 from the eBay fees. Say you get $14, even $13, $14, you're losing more money now. That's why I'm thinking, well, maybe this person saw this at 15, sold it for 10. They think they're giving a deal. You know, maybe you should be, I wouldn't do that because I've had garage sales myself. I've had a few over the years, and I take stuff that I've gotten garage sales that either I couldn't sell or they're not overly valuable. But it could be a game that I know sells for $8, $9, but I've struggled to sell it, and I'm like, I just want to get rid of it. I sold my video games for $1 a piece at a garage sale. I remember somebody was actually looking up at my own garage sale. I saw him looking up and thinking, I was like, I already know the price of this dude. Like, honestly, I know what these are worth. They're $1. Take them. You want to make a couple bucks? Go ahead. I don't care. But I'm not going to. That's what everything goes by eBay, and I can kind of understand why it does, because it's the biggest marketplace online to buy all their stuff. So you're going by that, right? Because the most sales are going through eBay, as opposed to like a retro game store on Long Island. It's not doing what eBay does, but everybody goes by eBay. Now, a lot of people go lower. Some go just that, and then other people go higher than eBay, which to me is insane. But in the case of those retro game stores, they have to pay employees. You got to pay your bills on the electric and rent on your store. So I can understand going over in some instances as well. Obviously, you got to make money, right? The thing is, though, they do a lot of trade-ins, and I know damn well these game stores have people, or if not themselves, going out to G sales. Look, there's a reason these places open at like noon every day, because they're out looking for things before noon. I'd be doing it too if I owned a game store. But they get a lot of trade too. And they're not going to give you as much cash. So if you're trading straight for credit, it's a freaking win-win for them. And it's not bad for you either, because if you buy stuff at garage sales with the intent to trade them in for these retro game stores to get the credit, to get other older games, you're still doing well. You buy, you get this for $1, and they give you 8 for it. Credit, you're still working out if your intent is to just get games in return. So you're doing well there. But that's how it is with garage sales. And the thing is now, so many people are looking for games. That's why I need to expand out. Like, I know toys, I know some board games, some movies, and some other things I do know about. Toys I know a good amount about, not a ton, but and some books as well. I need to learn about more shit, because a lot of people are going for games. When I really started going to the G sales in like 2008, 2009, it was just, I've talked about this in this, it was just starting. I was still able to get a ton of stuff. You'd sometimes still miss out on stuff. Other people are looking for games, obviously, but I feel like by like 12, 13, 14, everybody was going to try to get games, and that's when the retro game boom was really going nuts. And I said you used to be able to get Nintendo games at flea markets in the early 2000s for like 50 cents. People couldn't get rid of them. Those same games now are selling. Some are probably selling for $25, $30. Some maybe more, some less, but now once again, a game cost 50 cents in 2000. In 2023, it sells for 30. It hasn't gained much value over the years, but if you come across them now, it's different. But it's just been tough. It's just been tough getting games. It's just, the people just don't even have the games either. That's the thing. That's why I was so, even I only came away with 3 games, and the prices, I didn't like the price on these. Listen, it's your own garage sale. You can charge whatever you want. It's not, I may want something for $4, but it doesn't mean you have to sell it for that. Sell it for what you want. You might struggle to sell stuff, and some people are willing to give you deals anyway. And like I said, part of the problem is me too as well. I'm not a great negotiator, so maybe I could have gotten these for $10. I still think that's not a great price, but it's obviously better. I can haggle some down, but I'm not good at going back. I'm not comfortable with it, and that's a problem. I know it is. I have to do it though. It's not that I don't do it. I'll do it when on stuff like this. It's way overpriced. If these are $3 a piece, I wouldn't do it. And some people would still do it. And like I said, that's a good trait to have. You're still willing to haggle no matter what. Like I said though, if I'm getting a $50 game for $2, I'm not going to try to haggle them down to $1. I don't care about the buck, because the buck doesn't mean enough to me. To other people, it might mean more. I don't need that buck as much as maybe somebody else. Whatever, I'm just an example, whatever. I'm not a great haggler. I can do it. I'm not great at it, so it doesn't help myself. And like I said, I don't drive. The bike gets me to places quicker, but the other thing is, you're only going to get to that first one first, right? So if you know video games are 1, if you get there first, you're going to get a chance to get whatever they have. You're still getting that second one after the first one. So other people have already gotten to that second one before you were going to get there anyway. And that's taken into account early birds, which people always say, please no early birds. It doesn't matter. When I had my own garage sales, I said 9 o'clock. My shit was set up by like 8:15 because I knew. And people did come at like 8:30, even though I said no early birds. It doesn't matter. I had a sign at the one end of the street. That was it. Now they can say, oh, I just saw a sign and came fine. I think that's at 9 a.m. too. It doesn't matter. They don't care. They don't care. And that's the thing. Like with garage sale people that are serious about it, you got to be rude. You want to get there early. You want to get everything first. So you're going to have to be rude. You're going to have to be kind of annoying. But the people at the garage sale are like, you know what? I'm not selling shit till 9 a.m. Way down at the curb. Because I've seen some people that just park their car in the middle of the road and throw it in park, blocking the whole street so no one can get past either way and take around. Or they come boom rushing in. You got this, like if you're just at a garage sale selling stuff, all of a sudden someone just comes barreling in, grabbing, just going nuts, barreling through people. People get pissed. It's like, what are you doing, dude? It happened to me once. I didn't get barreled over, but I was looking at N64 games, and I ended up grabbing 4. And someone got there after me and was like, I was just picking through. There's only room for one person. And the person's like lingering over me. And then I buy the ones I want. I should have gotten more. Once again, this is another problem I have. We'll get into it in a minute. And I'm walking away with the 4s and 64 games. And they're like, oh, what did you get? And I'm just like, yeah, I'll show you. Like, oh, those are the ones I wanted. Like, what did this person think I was going to do? Say, here you go, dude. Here's 4 games. No, but how about you give me the $100 I made off of them? I don't do that with people. I've come to plenty of garage sales where people get them first. It happened a few weeks ago. They get the games first. I won't look. I'm like, I don't want to know. But I'm not going to ask you. It's like, no. What are you going to do? I've lost out on plenty of stuff, and I've gotten plenty of stuff. That's the name of the game at garage sales. They're trying to make me feel bad because I got something. Like, no, you wanted them because you wanted to sell them. We wanted to bring them to one of these game stores. But there's people that are just nuts. That one I went to last year with them, just... I agree. That's when I got the Harry Potter stuff, a lot of Harry Potter games. This person knew the value of their stuff, and they were selling them at pretty good deals. And there's a Famicom there. People were freaking drooling over other stuff. People were like, oh, it's for my, I wanted to get it. You want it for yourself, or you wanted to fucking sell it. No one's asking for your reasons, you know. But they were like digging through and grabbing, and I was just like, I'm not. I can see enough. I'm like, there's nothing incredible. The Famicom, it caught my eye, but I'm like, that could probably make money. I think he was selling for like $20. He still could probably make money, but I was like, you know what? No. And I ended up doing all right. I got those 11 games for $30, I think it was. It's still a great deal, you know. That's the thing too, is where you'll get lucky. Like something like this. Now, if you get this for $1, it's awesome. The NBA Street games, NFL Street, they do have some value. The NFL Streets have more. The second NBA Street sells for like $35. The third one sells for less. But people that go, that don't know a ton, or they're into games that don't know a ton, they're looking for specific ones. And I'm talking people that are going to sell them. They'll leave this because they just see it's a sport game. Like, I've gotten NFL Streets well after like 11 a.m. I'm like, there's no way this would be here if someone knew its value. So there are sports, like Tech Mobiles, and there are sports games that have value that you can grab. But even me, I learn. Sometimes I have to learn. Like, I buy this. I'm like, I feel like this isn't worth $50 or something, but is it worth like $20, $25? I take the chance. You know, I take a chance on this. It's worth like $12. But when the price is $1 or $2, it's not much of a risk. At worst, you can lot them up. Or you have a garage sale yourself, and you sell them for $2 and make $1, you know. But man, it's been disappointing that there hasn't been more. I'm hoping, I'm getting excited though. Once I start seeing some stuff, I want to go get more. But yeah, that's just a little bit of a ramble there on garage sales. Like I said, people garage sales charge this what they please. It's their stuff. It's gonna be hard to get rid of it. You know? But you also have to know how to haggle, or not even know how to haggle, but be pushy with your haggling. You know, lowball first, knowing they're not going to accept it, but knowing, like, if I did that with this, I say, would you take 5 for these 2? Knowing damn well they ain't going to take it. But maybe they say 10 instead of me getting it for 15. I get it for 10, you know. And that's on me. It's not great. I'll admit my flaws. Not that it matters, but with garage sales, I don't negotiate enough. I'm talking about higher price things. I'm not talking about a game for $1 or $2 or $3. Once it gets to like 4 or 5, I could be like, would you take 3 for it or something like that? I don't do that, which I should. Or I don't do it enough. And case in point with this one, I should have just grabbed. When he said $1, I should have went back and said, I'm going to take 4 more because there's no risk. Even if I don't make much. Of course, I get stuck with a bunch of games that I don't want, but I don't at least want to play. But that's another problem I have, that sometimes I take it all. I don't take everything a lot of the time, which I just should have. There's 15 games, right? $1 a piece. I'll cherry pick 4. Just take them all. You know, I don't do that enough. I have done it like with the PlayStation stuff a few years ago when I was riding back with a bunch of shit. It was the PS2 and like 40 games or whatever the hell it was. PS1 and PS2 games. I have done it in the past, like the Super Nintendo games. But I don't do it enough. that's another one of my problems. But anyway, yeah. Just a couple garage sale pickups, 3 here, and just rambling about G sales in general. And thanks for checking this out, and have a good day.